Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is Chaos Mirage. As you can see, last stream was supposed to be the last stream for this game. Let me just talk to this idiot and we'll get out of here. All right. So last stream was supposed to be the final stream for Nioh, but I couldn't beat the Fair of the Underworld, not Underworld Afterlife subquest. So I was going to just finish this playthrough without beating him, but I was trying to do it off stream, and I finally did it last time. So so I decided to come back and show off that I actually completed the battle. And this is the stat I'm at when I finally beat the fight. Um, I got one on magic. Let me talk about what I did. First and foremost, did not enjoy that fight. Was kind of the whole thing was a mess. But then again, I don't enjoy the human battles in this game. I just didn't do not enjoy human fights, fighting other humans in this game. I find it kind of annoying to do because like the whole fight would just revolve around the same exact thing, which is the human enemy would put up guard for you to attack, and if every time you try to do anything, the human enemy would just wait for the guard, so you have to like bait him to attack you and then attack him in back when he tries to hit you is annoying. It is not a fun fight. Um, that is to say, this the human like sub bosses. The human big bosses, when they do like dive bomb, they send out like dogs after you. They send out their own guardian against you. Those are pretty good. Those are not bad. But still, human are definitely the worst kind of enemies I had to like fight in this game for like a while, and I do not enjoy it at all. Um, yeah, so I couldn't beat him on stream last stream, so I decided to just like fight him off stream, and I did eventually beat him. But the way I beat him, well, the strategy I was using, right? I'm gonna show off my build later, and I want to do like a quick segment about this and just upload it at the end of the playthrough, and just to show off that I actually did it. So that's the last subquest. I beat like every subquest. Side quest in this game. That's the last one, including the one that I missed earlier. So the strategy I was using when I was off is it's the same old strategy that I had before, which is I was trying to guardian spirit, not guardian spirit, living weapon my way through the fight, which I was just using the spirit stones for the fight. I was just like trying to go into living weapon as often as fast as I can to try to deal as much damage as I can. But like I said, the enemy would just put up a guard in front of them and just like tank your entire hit, and you're like my living weapon was doing like no damage at all. And like I said, I do the worst part about the game is definitely when you have to fight one of the human sub bosses. But from what I understand, the future game, the new 2 and 3, drastically decreases the number of human enemy that you have to fight. They still have it, but like there's not as much human enemy as this game. Nowhere near as what I heard. Nowhere near as many, which is good because you're basically effectively fighting like historical figures. Won't make any sense that like after you defeat or kill a historical figure that they come back, because a lot of these guys like died, like the 10 elites, they all died. They don't like if they come back in the next game somehow. It's just weird. So I'm really looking forward to doing that, right? Um, so what was I saying? Right. My living weapon strategy like worked like for 2 fights, and I got like killed super easily. But then like I couldn't do anymore because I don't have any more spirit stone. So I just have to like readjust my strategy to something else completely, and it worked. My strategy was technically just like confusion, because confusion aren't as effective on human as yokai, but they're still effective. So what I was doing is I basically took out all of my magic. I put on the extraction talisman, and the talisman that gives you more amrita every time you absorb it. So what I was doing the whole time was I just had those two, and then like the rest of the slots are just like different magic shots. So I was just like using the entire fight just shooting magic at like whatever bosses. Usually like which gamble plus 50 on magic and the elemental effect up. I was able to confuse the enemy pretty easily. And after I confuse him, I basically pop like ejection talisman and the actual rated talisman, and after I confused the enemy one time, I what I did was I stopped using the fire magic, the fire shot to first. I use like wind and water and maybe earth, and I just go for the confusion and then pop my living weapon, and then just use, because 9 out of 10 times the living weapon is gonna be fire based. I just went ahead and used and just wail on the enemy until they get burned, and then like that burn will get applied before the first confusion comes off, and then they get confused again. And here's one thing I'm not sure, but this is what I read online. I'm not sure, but if you confuse the enemy, if you get another status ailment on the enemy, right? They'll get a second confusion, and the second confusion is more potent than the first one, which means they're like super confused, and you can like do a ton of damage. Which, from what I saw, might be true. Might be true. I'm not 100%. Like I said, I didn't like really do that in-depth research, but it seems like that was the case, right? So I just went ahead and did that strategy to like to confuse and then like confuse them again and then just wail them on them until they die. The reason why I'm not using fire, because to you pop my living weapon a lot of times is gonna be fire, so save fire for like the second confusion, and I also save my lightning magic, right, for the ninja. I think the ninja is Sasuke. For the Sasuke ninja to show up, you need to like slow him down, which is paralyzed, or otherwise he's going to, like they say, the strategy I had to try a couple of times until I can finally get him to get him to paralyze, and then I can like confuse him, which is the fire. I didn't even like try to confuse which is the second element. I just will go in the electric and then like pop living weapon on fire and then just confuse him there, which are two elements, and I killed him there. Because he is really freaking fast, and he can like knock you out of your living weapon or one shot you, which is like stupid ninja teleporting move. And that is definitely the problem you have to like watch out for, because he is a pain in the ass. Um, but eventually, if you're lucky, you should be able to beat him. In the end, right? Almost, I went to the end a couple of times on the last stream as well. What happened in the end is when the enemy started showing up, he was going for his living weapon form. At that point I was out of the living weapon usage, right? So I popped the extraction talisman and the extra rated talisman, and I started pumping him up with which is whatever elemental orbs I had left, and to just confuse him. Once he got confused, I had enough living weapons to go on and had a wail on him, and after I wailed him a little bit, he will summon a helper and a bunch of skulls. And one thing about the skulls, right? If you ignore the skulls, skulls will multiply. The freaking floating skulls, they will multiply to fucking gank you. So what I did was I just used up all my loom weapon to take his health down to like 20%, and then like at that point I had like 5 skulls with me, and then his phantom warrior, which also has a spear, that was like chasing me down. So I was just running as fast as I could the entire effing time, and just like shooting. I had like maybe one one elemental shot like for each element, and then I had like maybe like 2 fires. I don't know, like probably something like that. But so what I did was I was just running around. I stopped trying to confuse him because I don't have enough to actually confuse him. So I was just shooting elemental balls at him like whenever I have a chance to like stop and then like heal, and by doing that, I eventually got myself enough radar gauge to pop my living weapon. So I went like that way. At that time, they chased me to a corner. So either I was gonna win on that try, or I had to do it again. And I went up and used my living weapon, and then like the skeleton was all surrounding me. He's like soldier, he's like Phantom, right? Phantom was way behind him. He was like on the other side of the battlefield because I managed to lose him somehow. But the skeleton was all around me, so I popped my living weapon. I just like killed all of the skeletons with 2 hits, and then that gave me a bunch of Amrita to keep me going. And I just like wailed on him until he died. Let's not forget he has like 20% health left at that point, so I just wailed on him until he died. And so that was basically my strategy. Was basically I had to resort to like using magic shots to like to cheese the fight a little bit. But that fight was not a good one. Like I said, I do not enjoy the human fights at all. Yeah, I did not enjoy the human fights at all. It sense enemies. It's a purple one. Showcase of nearby enemies on the compass. I don't care. So that was basically what I did off rip. Here is my build right here. This is the weapon I use. I use a +7 weapon, +7 spear. I did not use the spear. I just used the twin blade. Faction Talisman, Peleus Talisman, Water Shot, Fire Shot, Wind Shot, Lightning Shot, Earth Shot. All of them are on level 9. I had 2 Peleus Talisman. And yeah. That was basically my strategy right there. Like I said, this is the end of the playthrough. I have a few minutes. Let's do this. I'm not gonna beat this mission, but we're gonna show off what I did. Yeah, 2 shot was ready to get him 1, but I actually used the extra one. Here we go. So he got confused, and I tried to get him confused again, like right here. Look how much his health is going down. Barney, look how fast his health went down. Right there. Okay. Yeah, he can paralyze you. Like I said, that's basically what I did. You can see that if it goes well, you can pretty much delete their health pretty easily. But yeah, that's basically what I did. That's my whole strategy. Yeah, that's basically my whole strategy. This is gonna be the end of this playthrough. I just want to show off that was. I basically just used that. As you can see, I was saving the fire because I didn't want to get them afflicted with fire because that was pointless. So, and the lightning I was saving for Sasuke, right? The fire I was basically just saving for the final fight because the final fight, I know the boss is immune to fire, but I use that to gain some Amrita because every time I hit him, I will gain Amrita back. So stick with water, wind, or earth for the first 4 boss fights. Save the lightning for Sasuke, and you should be fine. And yeah, that's it. That's going to be it for this video. I will be popping in on Fire Emblem's 3 houses, Word and Wind. I'll do that playthrough next. But yeah, this is gonna be the end of the Nioh playthrough. I will be playing more Souls-like, and I'll be playing Nioh 2, but later. The next playthrough that's gonna take this one's place is gonna be after my vacation. Like I said, today is Thursday. I'll be gone on Saturday, so I have like today and one more day of stream, and then we'll be gone for 4 days. When I come back, the playthrough that's gonna take this one's place is going to be Mega Man Star Force. Mega Man Star Force. I haven't decided which one I want to play yet. The first Star Force game. And the Souls, after that, the next Souls game I'm going to be playing is Code Vein, because I don't want to go like Souls game. I want to go Souls game, something else, and go to another Souls like. So I'm going to be playing Code Vein after this one, and then probably that's about the time after that one. That's probably going to be the time Phantom Blade Zero comes out. Maybe after that it's going to be Nioh 2. I don't know yet, but Nioh 2 is definitely on the docket. But it's going to be a while. All right. For those of you who are watching on Twitch, I'll be back in a couple of minutes, which Fire Emblem Three Houses Verdant Wind. Those are watching on YouTube. This is the end of the playthrough. Alright, see you guys all next time. Goodbye.